One of the most brutal scenes I've ever filmed as a filmmaker is the takeover of one coalition that takes the territory from the dominant territorial males. It is fast, it is brutal, and there are casualties. The reason that these coalitions come in and kill the cubs is they want those females to come into estrus, and now they can inject their genes into the system. And it's a numbers game. Normally the coalition that has the numbers will come out on top, because the way male lions fight is one will come from the front, they will turn that male around, and the others come from behind and they're looking to bite him in the spine and cripple him. Once they've crippled him, they can go forward to the throat and suffocate him, or just leave him to die. I've seen the Mapogos, the Majingalanas, and the Birminghams all come into the Londolozi territory, and those were all violent takeovers. Recently, the single male called Ottawa Male tried to go in and take over the Birmingham territory. It was fatal. The Birmingham males and the females of the Nsevu Pride, who had cubs at the time, stood together shoulder to shoulder and killed that male very, very swiftly. It is absolutely brutal. Now, these coalitions that are successful, they start with big numbers, 5, even 6 in a coalition. But by the time they lose the territory, they're down to 2 and even to 1. And the song, The King, shows how a powerful coalition of 4 was eventually reduced to 1. And that's when the pack of hyenas are waiting to take out the old and the sick. And male lions live violently and they die violently. There are very few male lions that die of natural causes. I'm John Varty. Tread lightly on the earth.
King and his boys are traveling. The king and his boys are moving in. The king and his boys are gearing for a fight. They will take the territory tonight. They will take the territory tonight. The king is roaring. The boys are calling. The king is roaring. The boys are calling. How many miles have you come? How many fights have you done? How many places have you spread fear? How many cubs have you ripped and tear? You driven by power and lust. How many lives have been lost? How many lives have been lost? Inkosi ya Bodla, Bafana Bayameta. Inkosi ya Bodla, Bafana Bayameta. The king and his boys are here to stay. The king and his boys are here to mate. The king and his boys inject their genes. The cubs are born and the cycle's complete. The cycle's complete. Osia bonga, Bafana da vita. Osia bonga, in a buffalo fight. The other is killed at the mamba bite. The third is killed by the hunter's gun. Now the king is traveling alone. He's traveling alone. And he's roaring. The boys are gone. He's calling, but the boys are gone. The king is traveling alone. Watch with an interested eye. The king is limping and the king is tired. The pack closes, scenting for the kill. The king is down and the king is still. The king is roaring, the boys are gone. The king is gasping, but the S lies done. The king is bleeding, but his life